San Francisco. You don't have to be a Warriors fan. You can just be a basketball fan and enjoy the fact that one of the game's great players is back on the floor. We get to enjoy Mike Greenberg now with more on Steph's return.
Yes, thank you. Good morning. And Richard Jefferson is here. And when we saw him throw in that shot right before that, you just started to laugh. What was?
Because it's still just a video game for him, and it's good to have him back. Like, when we talk about injuries most of the time, he had a left-hand injury. Now, mind you, it was severe. There was some nerve damage, and he missed 50 games. But ultimately, his legs are fine. That right hand of his is fine. So all the things that we've been seeing him do, he's going to continue to do.
So if you get him back, you think about getting Clay back and everything else. Obviously, this year was just a complete write-off. How good could Golden State be next year?
I think they're going to have most likely a top 10 pick. You know, some people are projecting top 5, possible number 1. But even then, those players take a lot of time to develop. I think for Steph Curry, I think it's all about, you know, how healthy Klay Thompson's going to be. Coming back from ACL, it takes time. He's probably not going to play 82 games. So let's say you get Klay for 60 games next year. I put him in the 3, 4, 5 range.
Quickly, we heard LeBron there, and there's LeBron against Giannis tonight. And LeBron is saying he doesn't care about regular season.
He's lying.
Yeah, he's lying, right?
Yeah, it's 100%. He's giving the right message because he's got to, as the leader of a team, make it about the team, not about himself. But he does it from a competitive advantage.
He wants to be the
MVP.
100%. And so he will bring it tonight against Giannis.
100%. And to me, if LeBron wants a chance at winning a championship, it's this game and the Clipper game. If they have a great 5 or 6 game stretch, including winning these 2 games, Bron puts himself back into that conversation, or at least gives him a chance against Giannis.
We will have these conversations and more as we get up with you in 22 minutes here on ESPN.
We're glad you guys stuck with us here because now we've got the main event. Kenny the Jet Smith.
Good to be here.
Of course, Q Rich is still here. Diggs.
Diggs for today.
You know what I'm saying?
Kind of.
We're going to get to know each other real well in here.
This real, you know, this real intimate. This is intimate set.
This is family here.
Yeah,
This is family.
This is the pasta table. This is when your cousins come over and you sleep and you got 5 to a bed. You're like, one's at the front, one's at the side.
Head to toe.
One in the middle, one on the...
Yeah.
No, it's not head to toe. You guys speak. It's one at the top, one at the side, one at the side, one at the bottom, and one in the middle.
Okay.
That's when you got. That's when you got a lot of cousins.
No, he's talking about the real thing.
A lot of
He's talking
cousins.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay.
That's
Breaking
real.
news. Breaking news in the NBA.
Oh, I thought that was breaking.
Deion Waiters has agreed on a deal with the Los Angeles Lakers for the remainder of the season.
That's surprising.
Everybody has the same reaction.
Well, it was either between him and J.R. Smith.
Right.
And since there's some history with J.R., you would think that he had an upper hand.
That's what we all thought, actually.
You have upper hand.
Well,
and 2 different players, too. 2 different needs.
That's what I said.
So it's more of a need than a want. Deion fits the need. He's a good player. You know, he's a good scorer. Come on, the second unit. You know, he'll help that second unit out and be able to get, 10 to 14 points off the bench at times.
So, Kenny, how would you...
I was about to say, where do you see his minutes coming from? When they got Bradley, Pope, Rondo.
You could play him with Bradley.
They're going to play small in that second unit. Or you leave one LeBron on the floor, AD with them.
Yeah.
And
Caruso.
Yeah.
Well,
but he's a scorer.
Yeah.
And I think even that Caruso is an energy guy, but he's not a scorer.
Right.
So at times they need buckets, and Deion could get you that. JR could get you buckets as well, but he's also a pretty good defender.
Yeah.
That was what
just
I liked about
size.
the size.
Yeah.
You got the size and the 3
They
and
don't
D
need
part.
anything. I mean, you got LeBron and AD.
They kind of do.
No, they don't.
Oh, listen, they need somebody when Bron needs 5 minutes, a half. We need somebody that can keep the game going.
You know
what? I played with him and Kyrie. Kyrie would take over for 6 to 8 minutes, give him that spell. If just a huge difference between.
That's what he's got AD for.
40.
Can I say something?
Do you know what the team
When you
is
have
like
2 of the
without
best
LeBron?
5 players in the world.
2 of them.
Do you know the
You don't
record
need-
when LeBron is not on the court? They're awful.
But you have 2 of the 5 best players in the world.
There is. I wish I had this stat. When LeBron is not on the floor,
They're bad.
That
That's
team
cool.
is bad.
So,
they need
when
somebody
that team
that could just get them into something and get AD the ball.
When
They don't have no
LeBron
one
is
to do
not
that.
on the floor, you know what they are? They're the New Orleans Pelicans. That's what they are. That's what AD looked like when he wasn't there. So, no, they're still good enough.
And I agree with you. When it comes down to it, like, it's cool. They making, these additions and blah, blah, and so are the Clippers. But at the end of the day, ain't none of that going to matter if LeBron and AD don't ball out.
Yeah.
Okay.
They the horses. Yeah. And the same thing for the Clippers, who, all of these teams add these pieces like how Paul George said, he need to take these last 20 games, get right, get his chemistry down, get all of that stuff, not even worry about averaging, but knowing that in the playoffs, that him and Kawhi are going to be the guys, and we going to go as far as they're going to take us.
When
So
Reggie
he's gonna play
Miller was
around 40
playing,
minutes.
yeah, but when Reggie Miller was playing,
Yeah.
he had an interesting thing that he used to say. I used to talk to him then. He said, last 20 games, he would take 10 more shots than he had been taking in the regular season. He said because he's going to start playing more, and he had to he had to get accustomed to looking for those shots now. Because, and that's what Paul George has basically just said. The last 20 games, he's got to retool his thinking because he'll be on the floor more. He's got to look for more opportunities, and as we all know, that ball bounces in the regular season. It bounces here, it bounces there, the shot is up. In the playoffs, it bounces here, and it bounces back to you when you're one of the best players. Because now you have to get accustomed to taking more shots. And I think Paul is right. It's not about those other guys at some point when you're out of the first round. When you're in the Western Conference Finals, then it's about who's got better players.
Well, they're hoping that Dion Waiters is going to be part of that recipe.
Philly cheese.
For the Lakers.
I like Dion. He's a great scorer. I like him. I'm just surprised, but I think he's going to help the second unit because I think they do lack scoring in the second unit.
We're going to find out shortly.
Definitely get it
Doing work.
Something via this tweet. Free agent Dion Waiters has agreed on a deal with the Los Angeles Lakers for the remainder of the season. Sources are telling The Athletic. So
no Swish, no Croft.
We anticipated they were going to make a move because they waived Troy Daniels to free up a roster position. We thought it might come down between Waiters because we heard the rumors of the workout. J.R. Smith, and we were hopeful, at least I know I was, that Jamal Crawford would at least get a serious consideration. What do you guys think? What does he bring to it?
I think obviously he's a scorer, but in what capacity? I think you look and you basically betting on your culture can combat his problems with the teams that he's been on. For me, everything is about the culture of a team, the chemistry, and by bringing him in, you are addressing a need and having a guard who can score. He's a big guard. He is a pro's pro. He can do things. But what is he going to do for the chemistry of the team? What is he going to do when he's not getting the ball?
Right.
Is he going to take the right kind of shots? That's a lot. But you're betting on LeBron and AD and that culture of the Lakers that they can change him. So if he works out, Rob and everybody at the upper management of the Lakers, they look like geniuses. But if he doesn't work out, then they could just move him to the side and let him go. But this is, to me, one of his last chances on the best situation for him.
Good point.
Yeah. In my opinion, for Dion Waiters, this is a win-win for him. I mean, because prior to this, people didn't know whether he was going to get another opportunity or get another look. So I mean, this is a position where you get to change the way the perception of you, and you're doing it with a team that's and searching for a championship and going to be in a playoff race, so you get to go deep into the playoffs and make an impression. But as far as the use of him, I'm not sure how much he will be used in what way. I mean, obviously we know he's more of a combo guard, can facilitate, can make his own plays and get his own shot and can score. But to me, I felt like they definitely could have used a JR or a Jamal. I mean, I think the relatability, the clutch sports factor and all those things, I think that'll have a heavy play. And I think LeBron and AD and those guys will have a chance to make a huge impact on him in a positive way. And I think they're banking on that going forward. Because I think when you look at the two guys, he's the younger of all of those guys between JR, Croft, and himself. And I think maybe they see, his upside as a ball creator.
Yeah. Can he be successful in 10 minutes is really what it is.
Yeah, that's
you're right.
10 minutes
You're
to
right.
cook, right?
To
Here you
prove
go.
it.
10 minutes, Bron sit down. If at 5 minutes that they don't look right, put the big fella back in.
Well, we'll see risk versus reward, right, with this situation. So he has an opportunity. You hope that he'll make the best of it. We'll talk about this more as the night goes on. We're going to send you guys on a... Hey there, welcome to the warm-up. I'm Stephanie Reddy. I'm going to start on the far end this time because I was instructed to do so by Mr. Brendan Haywood, NBA champion.
Thank you.
You an NBA champion?
Yeah, but she has to do me first and then say your name.
My bad.
You got so many accolades, man. It don't seem right doing it the other way.
Because we say Hall of Famer Gary Payton, but he's also the only point guard in NBA history to ever be named Defensive Player of the Year, a.k.a. the Glove.
Thank you.
We're in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 8 games in the NBA. Thrilled you're here with us on the warm-up. Let's start talking about Mr. Zion Williamson, the young fella, the rookie. He's been playing extraordinarily.
Yes, he has, Steph, because This is the type of basketball Zion plays.
And another person who's been playing very well this season, who we